Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Belle again. So today, we're going to talk about Trump, trade partners, and the future. So, there's a really interesting question that might help a lot of people, because many want to know when the roller coaster will end, and when things will go back to normal, and the average person doesn't have to worry about international trade deals, and certainly doesn't have to worry about them destroying their livelihoods. Quote, Belle, I've worked in an industry that requires us to understand and predict international trade movements. I've worked in it for a really long time, probably longer than you've been alive. So it's a little embarrassing to have to ask a YouTuber who seems to be an enthusiastic amateur a question. I don't mean that as an insult. But this is you as a lifelong nurse asking a non-medical person on YouTube for insight. I said that because I want to impress upon your viewers that even those of us who have done this a very long time are very uncertain about the future. After a meeting with colleagues and nobody having an answer, here's the question. How do other nations ever regain trust in their trade relationship with the United States? They had trade deals. The deals were shattered. Why should they care about the next one? What can the U.S. do to show this won't happen again every time a president changes? So, this question is, how do things get back to normal? They don't. Other countries have no reason to believe that the U.S. population won't elect another president who trashes international norms and agreements in the future. So a return to the normal of the past isn't possible. And that's why you've hit a wall. You're looking for a way for other countries to be able to trust U.S. trade deals again. But what you're asking yourself is how they can trust the president again. When other countries look at the U.S. president from now on, all they'll hear is, I'm altering the deal. Pray I don't alter it any further. But there's good news. When other countries sum up the U.S., their analysis includes not just trade deals, but all of the same factors we use when looking at their countries, including the current state of the government and how their laws work. The problem from their perspective is that one person can alter the deal on a whim. There are, I think, 6, maybe 7 laws that have turned the power the Constitution gave to Congress into something delegated to the presidency. If those laws went away, other countries would trust their trade deals again. They know how slowly things move through Congress. They know what it takes to convince the requisite number of representatives and senators to agree to something. When this is over, however it plays out, the only way the U.S. will regain its reputation in the future is for Congress to assert more control in its constitutional duty to, quote, regulate commerce with foreign nations. If the U.S. makes it through this economically in one piece, there will probably need to be pretty transformative changes to government before we could ever attempt to regain a real leadership role. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.